Paradise, and right now Bitcoin is getting ready for a third attempt to break our $38,000 resistance. As you know, third time is the charm, and we are expecting this resistance to be broken on a third attempt. If you want to know what is going to happen next, what are our futures target, and if we are really about to break this resistance, or maybe the scenario is just changing right now, we are going to dump back to our support zone. We will be discussing again the probabilities. So if you want to know what is going to happen next, sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Samo from My Crypto Paradise, and as you can see, the liquidation hunt zone right here worked perfectly as a support. If you have been watching our previous videos and are you indeed in our free Telegram channel, you know that we have been expecting the liquidation hunt, and then we got a perfect after gathering enough fuel recovery, and we got that second touch of our $38,000 resistance. Then however, we have been rejecting to the downside with Paradise Family VIPs. We have been taking our profits on our Bitcoin short position from there, and right now we have got this very slow recovery rally. However, we have been able to sustain above our support zone right here. This support zone right here sustained from 0.786 plus 618 Fibonacci retracement zone levels. I will show you how I got these levels. I basically looked at this high, local high, and I put the Fibonacci retracement to the previous low, and as you can see, this zone in between is our support zone, and it works right now quite well. As you can see, Bitcoin is staying above it for almost 2 days right now. However, I'm not quite confident. I don't really think that from these levels we will be able to push towards our $38,000 resistance and indeed revisit that 43 medium time frame target, and I will tell you why. I don't think we are strong enough here because I've been watching the funding rates. Right now the funding rates are still quite positive. That means more traders are in a long positions, and this is something what whales don't like, right? They need the liquidation of ordinary people in order to push the price higher, and this is not enough yet. We need to wait until most of the people will be in a negative state of mind, and this is not the case now. As you can see right now, we are watching at the sentiment, and this is what I have been talking in the previous videos, and this is what scares me a little bit, because right now, as you can see, the sentiment is going to the upside. However, the price of Bitcoin lacks to follow, right? So there is some excitement, but the price is not following. The price is doing almost nothing. So this actually seems like a distribution. From the lower time frame, this seems like a distribution. As you know, we have been talking about it since the rally in the beginning. This is why we have been able to buy the bottom, and right now we are being very careful at these levels because we have seen the sentiment of people. Basically, the price keep on going up, but the sentiment wasn't there, and right now the price is stagnating, and the excitement of ordinary people is absolutely going through the roof. And from the medium time frame, this means still nothing, right? We still expect that $43,000 to be hit before some higher rejection, before some higher time frame correction. But from the medium time frame, and for breaking through that $38,000, this is not a good sign. So right now, from these levels, as you can see, the open interest is decreasing. This is another bad lower time frame indicator because the excitement is going to the upside. However, as you can see, the excitement is going to the upside. However, there is no fresh money involved, right? So basically, in this kind of situation, the Bitcoin price cannot break through that $38,000. That is why we need to liquidate more people. We need more volume, and how we will get this fuel again, we will need to go a little bit down, right? I will show you a Bitcoin heat map right here, so you have a little bit more understanding of what we are watching right now. As you can see, these yellow zones right here, there is a loads of liquidation levels, yeah? So people basically have their stops there, they have their liquidation prices around here. Okay, so most of these liquidation levels from the downside is around $36,000, right? Then we also have some heavy liquidation levels at around $38,000, but I'm not quite sure why would whales push the price towards there right now, because what these liquidation levels will do, they will basically push the price to the upside, right? But because of the sentiment right now, because of the funding rates and because of the open interest, technically as well doesn't make sense to push the $38,000 right now, because then we would lack the follow up and we would not be strong enough to revisit the $33,000, sorry. So basically what I'm expecting right now from Bitcoin is we have broke through this descending trend line right here. However, we have never actually retested. We got one broke to the upside. This was our second touch of $38,000 resistance. Then we broke to the downside again, right? This trend line didn't hold. Right now we got a break to the upside. I'm not counting this as a retest, okay, because there was no impulsive move before, so this is still just a part of our impulsive move. And now we should get the retest of this descending trend line, and where we have the retest, as you can see, it's around $36,000. So that perfectly works with our Bitcoin heat map, right? If we switch to our higher time frame, not this one but this one, we are on a 4-hour time frame right here. We can see that we are trading inside a symmetrical triangle. How the symmetrical triangle works, basically you have it on our website. It contains one low and then higher lows, and from the upside we have lower highs, right? So basically we have our low right here, and then we have higher low, and from the upside we have a high, and then we have lower high. So this works perfectly. This major lower time frame resistance is now shifted into a support. I will tell you why. Let me just switch it into green. So basically we have broke to the upside right here. We still didn't switch it into a support zone because we broke below it. However, right here, because we got these two lower time frame liquidation hunts, basically it stopped above our support. So right now this is a demand area, right? So it works like a support zone. From this symmetrical triangle, what we can understand is that we are not yet squeezing it. So there is not going to be in a near time future some volatile break to the upside or to the downside, right? So there is no volume for that. The basically market is not prepared for that. So what I expect is that, because you can see this volume right here, as you can see, we got this high and we are also decreasing on the volume, right? So what I'm expecting is it works perfectly with this triangle. Let me show you. So basically, once we get to the end of this line right here, the volume will break to the upside, and at the same time the symmetrical triangle will also break to the upside. However, how can I be so sure that it's going to be the upside? Well, firstly, the symmetrical triangle is a bullish continuation pattern. So are we in a downtrend or uptrend? Well, let's take a look at this. We are in an uptrend, right? So there is a high probability that the symmetrical triangle is going to indeed break to the upside. But at the same time, how am I sure that we will be going down right now? Well, I've been talking about that already. We cannot break that $38,000 without getting more fuel. How we get the fuel? We will revisit this support zone, and then we will get some liquidation hunt wick right we have done here at around $35,000, right? So that is going to be our fuel grabber, and then we will continue to the upside. We'll reject one more time. We will be squeezing that symmetrical triangle, and then the volume will kick in, right? The volume will kick in and we will start breaking to the upside. Great, so let's take a look at the target of a breakout of symmetrical triangle. As you know, we will take the low and we will put it to the high, and then we will put the counting tool on the upper trend line of that symmetrical triangle, and we will get the approximate target. So let me let me check it. So we got 10%, we put it here, boom, and what we get $41,000. So this is pretty close to our medium time frame resistance 43, right? So what we can understand from it, that 41, 43, that is going to be some kind of a resistance. However, I'm still quite confident that we will push a little bit more forward that $43,000. So then the idea will be that we'll be consolidating at around $43,000 before we start going for a correction, and we will be getting the correction towards our higher time frame trend line, which I've been talking in the previous videos. However, we are still in a higher time frame bullish trend, so then we will continue in the upside momentum, but I will be talking about that in the next videos. Right now, however, what's important, it's important to be very cautious right now, right? Not to be trying to buy the resistance, not about to sell the support, right? And be really working smartly in this current market situation. Wait for the squeeze of the triangle and then position yourself with a nice stop loss and nice upside targets into Bitcoin and other altcoins. So let me switch here as well. We expect this upper trend line to be retested. We can get some wick to the downside. We will gather enough fuel because we will be liquidating these people right here, and then we will push back to $38,000. We will get that liquidation levels, and then we will be able, on that third touch of our $38,000 resistance, push towards our $43,000, ladies and gentlemen. So I also wanted to be talking about some other stuff, but we don't have time on that. I will be updating everything in our free Telegram channel, so if you are not there, make sure you take a look into the description below. There is a free joining link. I will see you there. If you are ready to start trading like a professional, I will see you in our Paradise Family VIP. This was everything from me right now. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.